Concentration Calculations Part 1. This tutorial covers concentration calculations where you need to calculate the concentration of a solution. Example questions are shown below. What is the concentration of potassium hydroxide when 0.1 moles of potassium hydroxide are dissolved in water to make 200 centimeters cubed of solution? Stage 0 is always write down all the equations you know. So you know that concentration is equal to moles divided by volume in decimeter cubed. There's a star here. Any ideas why? This is because you need to make sure anytime you have a volume in centimeters cubed, you'll need to convert it to decimeters cubed by dividing by 1,000. Here, just for quick reference, is that equation as a magic triangle. The other equation you might need to use at some point is moles is equal to mass of solid divided by the mass of 1 mole. And again, here it's presented as a magic triangle. You might want to write these down on a piece of paper because they're going to not be shown again. Stage 1, for this question, you want to put ticks on the two equations for anything you know. So it states 0.1 moles, so you can tick the moles in either of the equations. It states a volume of solution. And again, the only other thing is you could work out the mass of 1 mole of potassium hydroxide given the formula there. Next thing, highlight what you don't know or what you're trying to find out. It says what is the concentration. So the thing you're trying to find out here is the concentration. Stage 2, write down the equation you're going to use. Clearly you're going to be using the equation concentration is equal to moles over volume. We don't need to rearrange this equation, so we can just put values in. 0.1 moles divided by volume in decimeters cubed. You could either put this all into a calculator in one go, or the other thing you could do is do 200 divided by 1,000 first and write a volume in decimeters cubed before doing 0.1 divided by 0.2. This gives us our concentration of 0.5 moles per decimeter cubed. If you had forgotten to change volume in centimeters cubed to decimeters cubed, then the concentration would have come out as 0.005 moles per centimeter cubed. Concentrations never likely to be above 10 moles per decimeters cubed, and for GCSE less than, say, probably roughly 0.01. So if you have something larger than 10 or smaller than 0.01, you might want to double check your calculation. What is the concentration of potassium hydroxide when 0.56 grams of potassium hydroxide is dissolved in water to make 200 centimeters cubed of solution? You might want to pause this tutorial now and see if you can solve it on your own. Stage 0 is to write down any equations you know regarding moles. The first stage is to actually tick what you know in all of the equations. So in the question, it gives you the mass of a solid. It also gives you the volume. It gives you the molar masses. So from this, from KOH, you can work out the mass of 1 mole of potassium hydroxide. And what we're trying to find is the concentration. Now, as we have a mass of solid and the mass of 1 mole, we can work out the number of moles, and we can use this value in combination with this equation here to do moles divided by volume in decimeters cubed to work out the concentration. So let's use the equations in the appropriate form and put values in. Firstly, let's work out the mass of 1 mole of potassium hydroxide, which will be 39 plus 16 plus 1, giving us a total mass of 56 grams. We can now work out how many moles are present, so 0.56 divided by 56, giving us 0.01 moles of potassium hydroxide. We can now work out the concentration, so 0.01 moles divided by 200 divided by 1,000 to convert centimeters cubed to decimeters cubed. So we find we have the concentration of 0.05 moles per decimeter cubed.